So you're thinking about moving to Fredericksburg, Texas. Well, you just might be able to relate to me and this video because I moved away from Fredericksburg for a lengthy amount of time to the central coast of California, to be exact, while I was in the Air Force. But there was many things that drew me back to living in my hometown. Today's video, we are talking about the pros and the cons of living here in Fredericksburg, Texas. Let's go ahead and kick this video off with the con, but before we do that, you might be interested in moving to Kerrville as well. So make sure you check out my video, the pros and cons of living in Kerrville, in the link above. Con number one, the heat. So this has to be one of the hardest things about living in Texas and here in Fredericksburg, because we have some extremely hot temperatures during the summer months, especially June through August. And don't get me wrong, some years are worse than others, especially when we're going through a long drought and haven't had rain in a while. But according to uscclimate.com, our average high temperatures for June through August is 92 degrees, which definitely seems to be a bit low in my opinion. In fact, looking at another graph on the same website, the average temperature for the month of August in 2019 was a whopping 97 degrees. But obviously the month of August is the hottest month out of the year for most states, so that is going to drive those average temperatures up. But nonetheless, we have some pretty hot temperatures during the summertime. But if you're thinking about moving here from East Texas, maybe like the Houston area, one of the good things about Fredericksburg and the rest of the hill country is we have far less humidity levels than you do along the east side of Texas, along the Gulf. But the good news is, in spite of having those crazy hot temperatures during the summer months, we have several community pools in the area and also rivers we can take a dip in to cool off during those hot summer months. Pro number one, we have some fantastic restaurants here in town. Whether you are looking for a place to have breakfast or maybe a quick lunch before hitting the wineries out on 290, or maybe even a candlelit dinner, we pretty much have it all here. Okay, so I have to start this off with one of my favorite places to grab brunch, and that's Sunset Grill. It is my personal opinion that they have the best omelets in town. If you pair that with one of their absolutely amazing mimosas, I tell you what, Sunset is just hard to beat. But if you're really not the type of person that likes breakfast foods, they actually have some really good burgers as well. So make sure you go check them out. If you're looking for a small town cafe style breakfast, well, I'll tell you what, the Old German Bakery and Restaurant is the place for you. And what's funny is that there are a lot of reviews on tripadvisor.com that say that this is just like my German grandmother's breakfast that she used to make me as a kid. So if you're looking for an authentic German breakfast, you definitely have to make it over to the Old German Bakery and Restaurant. Now, if you're looking for a great spot to grab some lunch and you're leaning more towards the barbecue side of things, I highly suggest heading over to Backwoods Barbecue. And I always get their 2-meat plate, which just hits the spot. I leave basically where I'm not feeling too full, where I'm about to bust out of my pants, but I'm also pretty much content that I'm not hungry still. Now on to dinner. And this is a really hard one because there are so many great places in Fredericksburg to grab dinner, but I would have to put Vaudeville at the top of that list. And one of my personal favorites is their French dip sandwich. It is so darn good. Con number two, there are very few family activities in the area. Now, I recently talked about this in another video I did, which you can watch the full video in the link above, which is the 7 reasons why you would hate living in Fredericksburg. Let's go ahead and take a look at a comment from a local resident from a survey I took on a Facebook group recently. She stated, the lack of facilities for kids, the tax rate we pay with high evaluation should allow the city and county to provide a lot more for our youth. A portion of the entertainment/hotel tax should fund a multi-purpose athletic, theater, dance, and indoor pool facility available to the youth. The old duffer golfers and tourists shouldn't get all the gains of high taxes. In that previous video, I did mention that I partially agreed with her comment. It would be nice if we had more facilities in the area for our youth, but I must also add we do have several great options to take your family to. For instance, you have hiking at Chana Rock, you can watch a movie at the Frittenstown Cinema, we have the really cool Hill Country Escape Room, and then during the summer months, we have several pools in the area to again cool off, and then finally we have the absolutely gorgeous Lady Bird Johnson Park. So yes, it would be nice if we had more facilities in the area for our youth, but I must add, we do have several great options for you and your family to enjoy throughout the year. Pro number two, we have over 50 wineries around Fredericksburg alone. And this is personally one of my absolute favorite things about living in Fredericksburg, because my wife and I, we love to go visit our local wineries. And we're personally wine club members at Augustavin and Slate Theory. And if you're interested in seeing my opinion, but also the opinion of other locals, make sure you watch my video in the link above, which is the top 10 wineries here in Fredericksburg. According to visitfredericksburg.com, the Texas Hill Country is home to over 100 wineries and vineyards, and Fredericksburg, Texas is the epicenter of the Texas wine country. There are more than 50 wineries, vineyards, and wine tasting rooms located in Fredericksburg's Gillespie County, not to mention dozens more wineries located within an hour or two drive. The wineries of the Texas Hill Country have been producing award-winning wines that have earned honors around the world. Wine production in Fredericksburg dates back to the original settlers who used to use native Mustang grapes to produce wines. Con number 3, the bugs. So this one personally doesn't bother me a whole lot, but if you were to ask someone like my wife how she feels about the bugs, she would tell you that she absolutely hates them. She's definitely scared of anything that has multiple eyes or multiple legs, and it's pretty funny. So the one bug I just cannot stand that we have, and we have a bunch of, is mosquitoes, especially if we have a wet summer or if you live near any type of body of water. Those mosquitoes will drive you insane. You pretty much have to always have some kind of bug spray or bug repellent on you during the summer months at all times, and if you don't, I promise you, you will regret it. So we have 6 other types of bugs around the Texas Hill Country that are pretty scary looking, and if you get bit by one of them, I promise you, you're gonna have a pretty rough day. The first bug is called the kissing bug, or the cone nose bug, or also known as the bloodsucker. It is pretty terrifying because they feed on the blood of animals and also humans and can cause Chagas disease. The second awful bug is the scorpion. So quick story about this one. I was about 10 years old. I was at a friend's house playing hide and seek, and for whatever reason, I decided to go hide underneath his bed. And after about a couple minutes of hiding, all of a sudden I felt a very sharp, stinging pain. Well, turns out the scorpion decided to crawl up my back, probably because I was invading his space, and stung me right on the lower back. And I'll tell you what, it was awful. And then you have the red-headed centipede, and I think this one would definitely win the award of highest chance of giving you nightmares. And according to TexasHillCountry.com, this 23-leg centipede, which can grow to over 8 inches long, feeds on small vertebrae and it's venomous. It injects neurotoxins into its prey, and its bites have been described by humans as being quite painful, resulting in nausea, headaches, and even skin necrosis. We also have the red wasp, red velvet ant, and the asp, which deliver a very painful sting through the venomous hairs that cover its body. The best advice I can give you is just to stay away from them. There's nothing faster that will ruin your weekend than getting stung by one of these insects and having to go to the urgent care. Pro number 3, we have great gyms in the area. I just had to throw this one on the list because I'm often asked, hey, what kind of workout facilities or gyms do you have in Fredericksburg? So I just wanted to cover a few of those today. So if you're looking for a commercial style gym that has cardio machines, weightlifting equipment, and strength machines, we have 2 separate gyms for you to choose from. The first one is Anytime Fitness, and they'll probably have the lowest rates in town, but they have 3 packages you can choose from. The 18-month plan is $38.80 a month. The 24-month plan is $33.26 a month. And then the 12-month plan is $41.57 a month. And one of the best things about Anytime Fitness is you have 24 access, which they are the only gym here in town that has that option. The second commercial gym is the Hill Country Memorial Wellness Center, which they are finishing up a massive remodel and should be finished up within the next 2 to 3 months. And this is the only gym in town whose memberships offer an indoor heated pool, a workout gym area, personal training, group classes, and massage therapy. They offer 2 options for memberships, the individual rate, which is $45 a month, and then the 1-year prepaid, which is 15% discount for $459 a year. If you want to add classes to your membership, it's just $55 a month or $561 for the year. And if you're a CrossFitter or maybe thinking about getting into CrossFit, we have 2 great gyms here in town. We have the first one, which is called CrossFit FBG, and then we have the brand new one, which is called CrossFit Hugeland. So I've been doing competitions with both gym owners for about 3 to 4 years and different members of each community, and both of them are absolutely great coaches, great communities, but the biggest difference the 2 gyms have is their actual facility. And CrossFit FBG has been in business for over 4 years, and they have a pretty large facility with full bathrooms and showers and pretty much every type of equipment that you want or need. CrossFit Hugeland, on the other hand, is quite a bit smaller facility and they don't have full bathrooms, but if you live in town and you can make it back home before work to do all your showering and getting ready, it probably isn't that big of a deal to you anyways. If you're thinking about buying a home this year, make sure you download my free buyer's guide in the description, but also hit the subscribe button and the bell so you get notified anytime I put out videos just like this one. We'll see you guys next time.